Hello everybody and welcome back to Imperator, where last episode we took over a significant chunk of Macedon. We were not able to take the whole thing. We will come back if Rome doesn't gobble them up between now and then. We'll see what happens with that, but we've got these guys out here building a bunch of roads, and that'll keep them busy for a while too. So we're sitting at 42.84 aggressive expansion at this month. At this point, we should probably wait for a while before we do any more expansion. That's definitely a good idea, especially when we consider Olby here, right? So Olby is needing to be integrated, and we can improve relations with them some amount, but actually we should have tried to integrate them while we were in war together. I forgot to do that. So we could boost this up by 25. That would bring us up to 168. Otherwise, we're just going to have to wait for that recently declared war malice to go away. That goes down by 2 per year. So it's like 55 years before that goes completely away, but we don't need it to go completely away. So how much do we need? We're going to be at 1... This can go by 0. So this is going to be at 166. So we would need 4... So 24 in total. That would be 12 years before we can integrate Olby. Or we could go to war together, and that'll probably happen before then, if I'm honest. So let's tick on forward. We need to do a little bit of work on farming settlements, apparently. Let's get those going. Absolutely. No hunting camps, no logging camps, and no mines, so we're just going to build some slave estates. Okay, and now we can get going on states here. So that seems wonderful. The next location is going to be Kipsela, which is somewhere right up over here. Okay, so that is here in this state. There's a lot of work that needs to be done in this state. This produces horses, so whatever, that's fine. We'll just do production here. Seems absolutely okay. And what do we got going on here? Well, all of these rural locations should be fairly okay. But we'll get rid of that. This looks good. There is a city here that is kind of awkward. We'll get rid of the Court of Law and make this also into a production city. Something along the lines of that. There we go. We do not need a shipyard here. We do not need a port here. So we will instead put in 3 mills, we'll put in 3 slave traders, and then we'll just need to wait for that city to grow some. There are a lot of cities up over here. Okay. I do think that having this have a grand theater and a great temple are useful at this point. So let's just do something like this. But these are very small cities. So they have a lot of work to do. No doubt about that. We'll get rid of this port, put in a farming settlement. And this is fine. And then here, this is wanting to be a research city. And I don't think that's a good idea. So we're going to get rid of the citizen district. We're going to get rid of the academy. I don't really think that there's that much reason to have the aqueduct yet. We'll get that in there eventually. But for now, let's just make this be a production city. So something along the lines of this. Beautiful. That should be fine, and that state is now good to go. Now, Upper Nubia needs a governor. That'll be this guy. Excellent. And I don't suppose there are any territories that we can actually colonize. No, there are not. Okay, what is the next state for us? That would be Astrakhan, which is where? There are 2 of these. And they're right next to each other. That's not awkward at all. Okay, well, this is the only one that we actually have. So we hold this. Okay. And we also hold this. And that's it in this state. Well, we definitely want this to be a production city. There's very little here in terms of population right now. So we'll get back to that. Okay. Next up would be Lucas, which is out over here. Okay. So that's this state. This is probably going to need a lot of work. So let's get rid of this shrine. If we're going to have that building slot taken up, I'd rather that be a great temple. But honestly, I think we're okay as it is. We have this guy proselytizing. It's okay. So we're going to do something like that. Now, this out over here is a port. This should actually be a farming settlement. We produce olives. And we produce opium here. Interesting. Well, we can definitely put in a tavern. This looks to be fairly well set up. Farming settlement, slave estate. Okay, and this is not actually colonized. We produce marble here. Okay, can do something like that. Okay, that looks good. This looks good, and no, we don't deal in demands. No to that guy. We're going to put in a tavern and a forum here. Okay, next up is going to be Zikideva. So that is right up over this direction. Beautiful. So these forts are actually kind of useful. They're both settlement forts. I'm going to delete the forts here. We're going to put in a mine, and then I'm going to delete the fort here. This is going to be a farming settlement. And then this, I'm going to put 4 levels of fort in for now. This is a useful location to have a fort. So I'm going to do that. Then we're going to have this be a production city. After that, we're going to get rid of the forts and make this a more full-fledged production city a little later on. But for now, this will be fine. So we've got this city here. This should be full-on production. I think for the moment, having the Grand Theater and the Great Temple here works quite well. So we'll put in the slave traders, and that'll be good. Over here is fine. This is a crafts workshop. No, this should absolutely be a farming settlement. Not a market. This should be a farming settlement, and that's okay. This should be a farming settlement as well. Okay, so there's that state good to go. Next up is going to be Barai. So where are you at? Right down over here. Okay, so that's this state. Looks reasonably fine. We produce earthenware here, so production will be wonderful. Here, we've got this fort. I don't think this fort is necessary. Otherwise, production here would be great. We produce grain, so we'll do this. No noble district, no citizen district. These other structures are okay, but I don't think we need this aqueduct yet. We'll rebuild that later, once we have more building slots. Okay. Farming settlements in these 2 locations look great. Otherwise, this is definitely a production city, I think. Yeah, we really don't need the Court of Law here. We can put in the Slave Trader. The Great Temple's fine. We definitely are okay with that conversion, so no issue there. And then we have Larissa here, which is... No. Who is this guy? Okay, so this guy is this legate here. Who is he in charge of? So Aheze Davidite is the potential issue here. That's this guy. I'm going to dismiss incumbent. And then I'm going to say this is blackmail. And we're going to then come in here. We're going to replace him. He has no troops right now. We're going to replace him with this guy. And then we're going to change commander like this. Also, we will not negotiate with slaves. Where is this? Noted. Okay. So this guy up over here, he's on road build, and I think he's actually done with his road build. Yes, that looks complete to me. So I'm going to take him off of road build, and he can start walking down to here. In fact, we should probably force march him. Now, he's a bit low on morale, and that's understood. We're going to force march him down to about here for the time being. So that'll be fine. I want to take a look at these guys. Yeah, they're still going. And then these guys, they are not. This guy's disloyal. Okay. Did he actually build all of the roads that we asked him to? No, he did not. Well, that's very rude of him. Not much we can do about it right now. He is already bribed, so that's, you know, unfortunate. What's he angry about? Just general nonsense. Okay, that's fine. Disloyalty inspired, demanded allegiance oath, chided bickering, refused troop command. He is just a general jerk. Okay, so that is absolutely understood. We have a high chance of success if we bring him to trial. And I'm going to do that. Abuse of office is a serious matter. Okay. I don't care about the AE or the opinion here. We have a high chance of success right now, 65%. He apparently pled guilty. And we're going to bring this up to a 70% chance. And they found him innocent. What? Okay. Wow. Well, that's unfortunate. That was a bad roll. Oh, well. It doesn't really matter. So where were we? Well, we have a scorned family, the Davidite family right now. We were working in Farai. That's right. So we were up over this direction. There's Larissa here, which I wanted to make be a production city. And we can get rid of that. This aqueduct is not currently necessary. So then we can build slave traders like this. Going to move this over to a slave estate. And a farming settlement here is good. This cannot really be a farming settlement, but we can move it over. And this is not currently colonized. Right, okay. So something along the lines of that. Now, we do have this slave revolt down over here. So that's understood. We're going to lose 5 tyranny and gain 5 stability. That's great. We're very pleased about that. And these guys are, of course, force marching down towards the slave estate. So down we go. This guy is continuing to be a jerk here. And yeah, you can be of the Davidite family. That's okay. Yeah. Looks good. So this guy is very angry because we brought him to trial and he was declared innocent even after confessing in front of everyone. So that was very unfortunate for us. We're going to need to come down over this direction. In fact, I just want to get to here and cap this back, I feel like. Although it would get auto-capped back, but we are low on our morale, and they're going to get more troops from this. Actually, they didn't. Fascinating. Let's stop force marching at this point. Ooh. Okay, we did get a morale bump. I was intending to pause this before they got locked in to check to see when this was going to be. Luckily for us, it's at a good time. So we should easily defeat them here. And yeah, that's exactly what's happening. This is going very, very poorly for them. No doubt about that. That's not a stack wipe, but it's definitely very poor. So, are they retreating to here? This would be the likely place for them to retreat to, I would think. But no, they just retreated right next to us. Okay, we'll just go stack wipe them then. Seems perfect. There we go. They actually didn't stack wipe. We only killed like 400 of them. Remarkable. Wild stuff right there. That's a stack wipe, though. Beautiful. So that should be that slave revolt dealt with. We just need to get this taken back. Perfect. So that'll be done shortly. And these guys over here, they can be drilling. Are they taking attrition here? They are. I'd like them to be somewhere where they're not taking attrition, ideally. Maybe up here? 0.26? Close enough. So that'll do. We've got these guys down here. They should be drilling. There we go. And then this guy, he's just a jerk. There's not much we can do about him. He's in very poor health, so we could make him be our rival and then try to assassinate him. That'll boost up our tyranny, but, you know, what are we going to do about it? Why are they going to try to go up over here? It's not really a reason for that. I must have accidentally ordered that. Okay. Well, we're just going to stop here. So they can stop building their road now, and they can come over to, like, here and start drilling there. That'll be absolutely wonderful. So we're going to get that going. Perfect. And these guys, they're going to drill here. Yeah, they're going to take a 1/4 point of attrition. That's understood. And then the question is, what can we do about this guy? Well, we're currently targeting him, and we're going to see if we can kill him. That would be ideal. And then we can just replace him with somebody who will actually build roads. That would be the ideal scenario there. Next up, we should do Gafara, which is somewhere. There we go. It's out over here. So that's this state. Understood. We only control part of this state. So we definitely want to make this be something like this. There's not a lot of people there right now. So this is basically the same location, also producing stone. So something along the lines of that will do. This is leather and has a slave estate. Seems fine. Get rid of the port here and build a farming settlement for those sheep. Get rid of the slave estate, build a farming settlement for the olives. And then this is already a farming settlement. So that looks good. That is now dealt with. Next up, we would be doing... Oh, is this an integration? That definitely felt like an integration because it was. Excellent. So that's all great. Next up is Penissos. So we're going to do this, which is right out over here. Okay, so that's this state. Wonderful. So this produces stone. We definitely want to make that be production. That'll be something along the lines of that. Farming settlement here is good. I want to get rid of this and this for sure. No aqueduct required here at this time. Later there will be, but for now, we're going to use that building slot for something else. So we're going to put in slave traders, taverns, and forums like that. Okay, city here, producing leather, whatever. It's kind of halfway a research city right now, but let's shift that over. And we'll do something along the lines of this. Slave revolt defeated, finally. Okay, so we would be protected from new slave revolts for 30 years, or we could just do the slave amnesty. I think we'll take the citizen and freeman happiness. Slave happiness doesn't matter all that much, to be honest. So this is all absolutely fine. Yeah, good farming settlements here. I like it. This is currently a barracks. I'm going to move that to a slave estate, but it's not that necessary. Okay, so that's all good to go. No problem there. What else do we have? Well, we've got Delarum, which is right out over here, just a single city. Okay, it produces hemp, and I'm going to pause the game here because I see these starving pops. We'll look at that in a moment. The fortress here is useful. So I'm going to bring this up to 4 total forts, and then the rest of this is going to be slave production, like that. Okay, so any colonizable provinces? No, but I want to see what we've got going on here. All this state. Okay. So that's this state here. The fort does not need to be here. We don't need a fort. That's for sure. So this state is currently starving, and I want to just go ahead and redo this a little bit. So let's get rid of the library. Let's get rid of the academy. We already have a farmer's market here, so that seems relatively okay. We don't need the noble district. We don't need the citizen district, but we can put in the mills. We can put in the slave trader. We can put in the taverns, and it would be something like that. Now, we're out of gold for right now, so we're going to tick forward here, and we'll get all of that going. Xenophobia, huh? I mean... Who is this guy? The governor of Thrace. We'll turn the other cheek. It does not matter. Okay, so this guy is currently trying to start a civil war. Very rude of him. So that's this guy here. We'll just bribe him. It's okay. He's now loyal. He's near death. Honestly, I should have given him free hands. We have a civic perk available, and let's take taxation policies. That'll boost up our income. And I would definitely like to put in a forum here. Okay. So this is a mine. That looks correct. Slave estate looks good. Mine looks good here. Mine looks good here. Slave estate. This should technically be a hunting camp. So let's build a hunting camp here. That'll boost the food a little bit anyway, but there's not a lot of food coming in here. So ultimately, we should entice business investments. Okay, so that looks fine for now. Now, I do want to go into our administration provinces here and make sure that we have automatic trading enabled for all of these provinces. So there's a number of these where automatic trading is currently not enabled because that is, for some strange reason, the default in this game. I don't know why. But there we go. Okay. So that's all looking great for now. What else might we have in here? This one. Okay, there we go. So that looks good. No real colonizable provinces, and Attica is thinking about rebelling. Let's switch this over to harsh treatment, and it's still going down, surprisingly. Mostly due to tyranny. Okay, and Athens in general. So what's going on in Athens? I mean, it's heavily looted for another 17 years. Sure, we did do that. That's true. That's on us. So, I mean, we have an army right here with a very, very disloyal leader. Maybe we'll be able to kill him eventually. That'd be nice. Or maybe he'll actually do something about this. Who knows? So these guys are drilling. These guys are drilling. I just want to check through here. Yeah, pretty much everybody's drilling, except for these guys, which are, you know, disloyal. We've got these who are also disloyal. Can we do anything about this guy? We could try to make friends with him. But mostly it's just because he's a pretender. I don't really care all that much. It'll be fine. Okay, low food supply still down over here. And that's understood. It is currently in the harvest, and we're going up by 1.45 a month. We definitely need to change our import here. So I'm going to cancel this and make this be instead grain. That'll be better anyway. So that'll boost up our food income here. 7.16. And we'll get some of that completed. Okay, so next up is going to be Kazarektepe. That's, I'm sure exactly how that's supposed to be pronounced. And actually, we just got this. So we have an extra trade route here. I guess that is the one trade route. Okay. Well, back up over here we go. Unless we just needed to wait until that, unless we just needed to wait until the month tick. Hang on. Yeah, that's what it was. Okay, so we need to import another grain here, and we're going to do exactly that. So that'll help this situation. It's probably not going to completely solve it. So next up over here, what do we got going on? So that is this location. Honestly, I feel like the forts are useful. I'm going to bump this one up to 4. I'm going to get rid of this fort, and we'll put in a slave estate there. Okay, so that looks good. Slave estate here is fine. Farming settlement is fine. Slave estate is fine. Slave estate is fine. A little awkward down this way. Farming settlement is good. Yeah, those are all fine there. So we've got these building, or rather these cities that still need work, right? So let's get some production going here, but it's going to take us a little bit of time to get this all done because we're not quite going to have the funds we need. And that's understood. So we're waiting on this month tick. There we go. And we can get... Can we get both of these taverns? Not quite. We need 58.8 gold. We've got 44. So we'll have to wait for another month here. And in the meantime, we can look at what's going on here. So we don't need this conscription camp. We don't need these court of laws. I'm going to make this be a production city. The rest of this is fine. So now we can put a tavern in here. What do we got going on here right now? Okay, we definitely don't need these shrines. We don't need the port, and for each of these that we're destroying, we're getting some money back. So that is a good thing. The rest of this is okay, though. So we're going to put in a foundry, and then we're going to need money for the mills. At least everything is building something over here now. So that's, you know, progress. Okay, just waiting on that month tick to come through. There we go. Civic advance. Okay, that's actually very good. So we're going to take our couple of mills here that we can build right now. And then what do we want here? Well, we were working on our civic advances. Specifically, we're working out over this way. So we have a couple of options. We can go movement to water or river barges, which I don't think these are that important for us right now. Probably not. Build cost minus 2.5% is pretty good. That's citizen output and commerce income. And then monthly wages for characters reduction. Yeah, I definitely want to go out this direction. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to take Pythagorean mathematics, and then that's going to allow us to come down this way and get some pretty serious gains down there. Okay, who's angry now? This jerk. Okay, well, there's not a lot we can do about this guy other than to, like, try to make friends with him. So I guess we'll think about that. We need a governor for Thrace, and this should be a Hyrcanid. So let's see what we've got going on here. This guy? Okay. And we'll demand this guy's resignation, I think. There we go. And we'll need a new governor out in Parthia. There we go. Perfect. Now, where were we? We were out over here. Right. We need to spend a little bit more gold here. We've got a mill that needs to go in, and then a pair of slave traders here. Yes, we will spend political influence on this. Okay. So that's looking good. We still have quite a lot to spend out over here. The unfortunate thing here is that it's about time to put a cut in, and we have quite a bit that we need to get done over here. That is definitely unfortunate. But we can build ourselves a pair of taverns here, for sure. No doubt about that. Oh, hey, we got some civilization level here. And civilization change. That's always great. This guy died. Okay. He was the governor of Torca, so we're going to have this guy take over for him. He is also old, so he'll probably die soon. Seems pretty good. Our assassination failed, but we did cause that guy to lose 10 health. So, I mean, that's something. Anyway. We've got 4 additional buildings that we need to build here. This is going to be a pair of forums for right now, and we still need 2 more. Then we need buildings here, and I'm not going to remember where this is next episode. So I just want to get these 2 cities finished, and then we'll put a cut in. So that'll be fine. The benefits of power, indeed. Do we want to gain tyranny? Not really, is the answer. So I'm going to get a forum here, and then all we need is a Freeman district. So we'll have enough to do that on the next month tick. That'll be this city done. So that's good. Eventually it will finish. There we go. So next up, we're going to need to put in a foundry here. And foundries are expensive. There's no doubt about that. And we were spurned by this guy? Yeah, I'm not shocked about that one. So that definitely makes a lot of sense. We're currently building the fortresses here, and the idea behind these fortresses is this is just going to help hold off China if they attack us, right? So it'll delay them a little bit anyway. I don't expect it to hold them forever, by any means. But it will definitely slow them down long enough for our forces to respond to it. So we need a foundry here, and then we need 5 additional buildings. So that's fine. We can queue up a mill. And we now need 3 additional buildings. So actually we needed 4 additional, 5 total. So that's going to be an additional mill. And on the next month tick, we can get 1 more mill. And then we're going to put in a slave trader, is the idea. I still think it's really weird that mills give migration attraction and slave traders do not. That's very strange, but whatever. A snowstorm of the ages, huh? This disaster may spread. Interesting. I'm not sure where this actually is. We don't appear to be able to go to it. Bactriana. Bactriana. Okay. I don't know where that is. Whatever. So we're going to get this mill here, and we're going to put in that. I would assume that that's somewhere in Bactria, right? So, like, out over here. Presumably. Okay, well, we got that all done, so that's great. I want to check in on Olby really, really quick here. So we could boost up the opinion here. Yeah, we lack the gold. We could boost up the opinion here and send them a gift to bring this up some amount. So this would be 177 with send gift and improve opinion 5.66. We're getting close on Olby. We're not quite there yet. It is past time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we're going to get Olby integrated and continue to expand, because it's pretty much time to go to war. Our aggressive expansion is decaying nicely. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Andy McGard, Dark Horse, Xenocyte, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, The Lounge STL, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.